About that, I thought I was streaming, apparently I wasn't. But today we'll be doing a mission, I don't know what it is, but we're at the hospital now and I am just speaking to the lovely nurse here about the invisible killer and the patented. But anyway, let's get back to the game. So another doctor has just been unlocked for me. Don't know who he is yet, I have never met him, but this should be fun. So he's a workaholic at the moment. Interesting. Okay. Healthy, critical, hostile. Well, I just killed him by accident. Oops.
Nurse Brannigan, if you do know something, please tell me. Anything you say will be held in confidence.
No. I may disagree with some conduct, but in the end, everybody is doing their best.
Goodbye, nurse. Call me if you need assistance.
Oh, damn.
Another night. Surely I can endure another night.
Good evening, sir.
So it is true. The famous Dr. Reed has joined us. I can't think of any better news during these terrible times.
Do we know each other?
Actually, yes. We met once before, at the Rockefeller University in New York.
Dr. Tippett, yes, I remember. I was assisting Professor Carell in his research about coronary bypasses. He had nothing but praise for you.
He was also very confident about your future. And look at you now. Eminent surgeon and blood transfusion specialist.
What is the Pembroke Hospital situation? And please, speak freely.
This hospital is not exactly the best of London. I'm sure you are used to working in a better environment.
It's more than enough. In any case, the personnel of a hospital are much more important to me than the building.
Don't be misled by appearances, Dr. Reed. This hospital does not lack talented people. It just lacks hope.
Have to remember me.
What can you tell me about the staff in the hospital?
There's a lot of story in this.
Some are really good, and others are not so good. But during this troubled period, there is no time for slander. I prefer to focus on the positive character traits.
Okay then.
Tell me more about cherished people, then.
Nurse Brannigan is a pearl. She is the most helpful and dedicated nurse I've ever worked with. A clever and cheerful woman.
You really seem to admire her skills.
I'll go even further. If she was a man, she would be a damn fine practitioner.
Wait,
Any
so you're
opinion
saying
about the management?
Females can't be doctors at the moment?
I don't always agree with Dr. Swansea's reserve.
Is this game?
This crisis.
Ah, yes, the burden of command. I was fed up with this concept while serving as a medical officer.
Don't get me wrong. Swansea's a good administrator. I just wish he would get out of his office now and again.
Fair enough.
You're exhausting yourself, Corcoran. Maybe you should think about preserving your strength.
No. We must keep on healing all those poor souls. We are the last rampart before chaos. Once more, unto the breach.
Yeah, true.
Nurse Brannigan is worried about you, Doctor.
She should not have told you that. I will have a word with her.
You don't have to blame her for her honesty.
I'm not that kind of man, my dear Jonathan. Actually, Nurse Brannigan's opinion is the only one I may listen to.
Oh, okay then. Well, damn, I can't go back then. No question. Have I got any? No.
Goodbye, Dr. Tibbets.
Right.
Hurry now, Doctor. It's freezing here.
Oh, you're cold, are you? I'm sorry. We've got glass vial. Okay.
Doctor, where have you been? I've little time to play hide and seek with new staff members, no matter how illustrious they may be.
Hide and seek.
I apologize, nurse. I needed some time to myself. This has been the longest and strangest night of my life.
You delivered poor Mr. Hampton from a terrible fate. The means to that end should be of little concern, Doctor.
Thank you, nurse. What can I do for you?
Wow.
Dr. Swansea insisted we provide you a quiet office. You'll find it on the second floor with your name on the door.
Thank you. Nurse Crane, isn't it?
Damn. Okay.
Yes, Dorothy Crane. Welcome to Pembroke Hospital, Dr. Reed. Your office has been prepared.
Let's see.
I would like to ask a few questions first. And Mr. Hampton, the patient we brought in, how does he fare?
I gave him a sedative to help him sleep. Poor thing was in quite a state of shock.
What kind of man is Dr. Swansea?
Yeah.
Well, you accepted the job from him. I thought you would have known about your employer.
No, not really.
It's right to assume Dr. Swansea knows far more about me than I do about him.
You'll get to know him soon enough, and better than me. The administrator has better things to do than mix with us.
Oh.
Apologies, I've only just met him the once. This is sudden. I've only just returned to England.
Dr. Swansea is a brilliant surgeon and the most compassionate physician.
Fair enough then. Yeah,
If you could point me in the direction of my room again, nurse.
Second floor of the hospital, left after the stairs. It's the last vacant office at the end of the corridor.
Left. Okay.
Thank you, Nurse Crane.
Okay then. Let's find out. But you never know.
If Pembroke is still standing after this epidemic, there's good reason to be proud.
Just a dozen years or so.
Another glass vial. Thank you so much. Probably one of the staff members I've already spoke to. Can't do anything there. Surely. No, nothing there.
Still standing after this epidemic, there's good reason to be proud.
No other stuff is there? No. Okay. Let's get
Dr.
back.
Swansea is right.
Extremely perfect. Let's just have a look in here a second. Got to have a look around.
Come now, we can handle this.
More rooms. Got to have a look in. Ah, there's something down the bottom here. I see something shiny. Another glass vial.
My sweet girl. Reads me like a book.
Good evening, sir. I'm Dr. Reed. May I help you?
I don't know if a third opinion is needed.
Your colleagues are already arguing about my condition.
I see. Would you mind telling me more about your situation?
I'm Harvey Fiddick. All I want is to get me bloody arm fixed properly.
Okay then.
Tell me about the doctors who are arguing about your case.
Strickland and Aykroyd. They both want the best for me, but there's a lot of pride there. Doctors are no different from carpenters, it seems.
What do you mean?
I often had professional arguments with rivals on a building site. Difference is, I disagreed about wooden nails, not flesh and bones.
Wooden nails.
Tell me about yourself, Mr. Fiddick.
I'm just a regular guy waiting to get his arm fixed, so I can return to work and to my family.
I was more curious about what you were doing before being hospitalized.
I'm a carpenter, and a good one too. But that means I need both arms to feed my family, Dr. Reed.
Fair enough.
Are you satisfied with your treatment here?
Well, it's clear that I've chosen a bad time to be injured. Forgive my bluntness, but you seem overwhelmed by cases of the flu.
I won't lie to you about it. I'm afraid we are.
Are you sure you don't want to operate yourself, Dr. Reed? I have the feeling you're very capable. And your colleagues seem to think so too.
In other circumstances, you would be right. But for now, I don't think I can take on the responsibility. My apologies.
Okay then.
Goodbye for now, Mr. Fiddick. I'll see you later.
You always knew the words to calm the children, Helen. As for me, what a blundering idiot.
Ooh, there's another room here. Okay then.
Good evening,
I
sir.
will not let you down, my boy.
No one. Well, okay then. Let's go back to the main part. Do not cough in public. Well, that's a bit obvious, but you never know. Up the stairs and to the left. Second floor to the left. This way. Shiny. File and something else. Hacksaw. Okay, why are you giving me a hacksaw? Medical notes. Let's have a look. Guilt of the survivor, phantom pain as punishment. Okay then. Anything in here? Looks like it. Look, I'm guessing. It's my room.
This must be the place. It's definitely away from prying eyes.
Definitely.
Relegated to the shadows. A kingdom of my own. At least I won't be sleeping in a coffin.
Hide. Article on stuff. Blah blah blah.
The flower's dying. It needs water.
Well, let's find some water for you. Okay. What we got? Oh, it's giving me some shillings. Fair enough. And you give me a bed. Refill. Okay. Don't know what I had to refill, but you never know. Let's see, what have I got? 100, 1,700, aggressor and body heart rate, blood. Let's go for body, what we got? Body condition. Let's go for you. Thank you so much. stamina. Should I miss? What have we got? 150. What do I need? 1,000. No. Can't do that one. Blood spear? Oh, we got 1,000 for you as well. Claws. Done. I've done one. It's going to cost me 1,000 for you. Spring. 500. I've got enough. What's this one about? Oh, okay. I ain't got enough there. Oh no, right. Confirm. Forgot about that bit. Oops. Oh, that work and then... Oh, shoot. I killed you. You got 500. Well, oops, sorry. Really, really sorry. I didn't mean to kill you, but, you know. Okay then. Standing up right next to the bed. But I haven't got his blood to analyse. So let's go find him, I guess. Anything in here?
It's locked, all right. It's locked.
Oh, that's not very nice. Haven't seen that locked. Let's see what's on the third floor. Might not be anything up here. Can't go up there yet. Oh, we don't think that's fun. Let's go down the stairs and go to the right side. Let's see if there's anything up this side.
Not now.
Well, okay then. Go up the stairs. Mine's that way. His is there. I'm guessing. You're locked, aren't you?
It's locked, all right.
Yeah, you're locked. Great. So, I guess the only thing I can do is go down and try and find him. Anything in here I can use? Shiny. Small bottle. Oh, you give me a small bottle. That's fine. But I gotta go and find Scalia. Why have I got a feeling he's gonna be?
So many deaths.
Small bottle. You're gonna be inside, aren't you?
Nice, sweet girl. Reads me like a book.
This hospital seems to be...
Never could keep anything from her.
Are you? Hospital full, please go home. Well, that's very nice, isn't it? You're inside, but where? Where is that? drive me insane.
Good evening, sir. I'm Dr. Reed. I believe we're going to be colleagues.
Reed? Yes, I've been informed about your arrival. I'm Waverly Ackroyd. Welcome aboard, I suppose.
Does my arrival inconvenience you in some way, Dr. Ackroyd?
Let us just say that I don't particularly share Dr. Swans's enthusiasm for hiring you. What we need here are reliable professionals, not overrated dabblers.
Well,
Do you need my assistance?
Not at all. I'm sure that you are used to gaining people's trust with your impressive skills. Well, it will not be the case with me.
okay.
If you have a problem with me, Dr. Ackroyd, please feel free to tell me.
Dr. Swansea has imposed your presence on this hospital without asking anyone's advice. The benefit of his position. But I don't agree with it.
I know we've never met before, but I believe this hospital could use all the help it can get. You will agree with that, I'm sure.
Oh, but I have heard about you, Dr. Reed. Of course, you can't say the same about me, since I have not wasted my time courting the press.
There is no need for such animosity between us. Don't you think the epidemic is already enough to deal with?
That is one point we could agree on. And that is precisely why I want to be sure that you will be of help to this hospital, instead of a burden.
Since your tenure in this hospital is longer than mine, perhaps you can tell me more about this place.
Let's just say I'm tired of the carelessness around me. I have always respected the skills of Dr. Swansea, but over time his enthusiasm has become displaced.
Carelessness? Exactly what are you talking about?
We're here to save lives. The people who trust us are not volunteering for experimentation. They're here to be healed.
I don't intend to run any radical experiments, Doctor. Even if I, as any good practitioner should, express an interest in pushing the boundaries of medical research.
Modern medical methods were created through audacity and ego. But there are rules in our line of work, and they're here to protect our patients.
Well, okay then.
Thank you for your time. We'll talk later.
I'm trying to find a patient. But I don't know where he is.
Don't waste your time
But in
with
the
me.
circumstances, I'm willing to give you the benefit of the doubt.
I will not let you down, my boy. Good evening, sir.
Good evening, madam.
Doctor.
Can I help you?
It's my son who needs you, sir.
I'm Dr. Jonathan Reed. How can I help your son?
I'm Beatrice God. Please, Dr. Reed. I've heard much of your talents as a physician.
Okay.
What do you think of your reception here? Any complaints?
I have had the uttermost reservations about this hospital since we arrived. But we had no other choice, considering the state of emergency.
Is there something in particular that's bothering you?
Some of the staff were not especially welcoming. I suspect they're not accustomed to dealing with patients of such social standing.
Social.
Tell me more about your arrival at the Pembroke Hospital. What gave you such a bad first impression?
The ambulance driver was quite rude, for a start. And that nurse, Miss Hawkins, seems to have quite a dubious attitude.
What do you mean?
She managed to secure a bed for my son despite the epidemic. It was a relief, but it wasn't cheap.
Good evening, sir.
She charged you for a bed?
Yes, and I paid without question, considering the urgency of the situation.
Well then.
I share your concern, Mrs. Goswick. Be sure that I'll talk to the people involved.
I don't expect compensation, Dr. Reed. But I'm aware such behavior would not be tolerated in other hospitals.
You're indeed there.
Goodbye, Mrs. Goswick.
Speak to your son then.
Good evening. I'm Dr. Reed. Can I help at all?
No,
Really? Why are you here, then?
I don't want to talk. My throat hurts too much.
I suppose that this pain is the reason you're here. Is someone taking care of you?
Yes. And no.
Could you at least tell me your name, sir?
Mortimer. Mortimer Goswick.
Ah.
Do you need any help?
I'm afraid I may, sir. I don't mean to be a burden.
You're not a burden.
I will see you later. I have to go now, sir. But don't hesitate to contact me if you need any help.
I'm
Oh,
alright.
come on.
Don't waste your time with me.
What can I do for you, Doctor?
And Mr. Hampton, the patient we brought in. How does he fare?
I gave him a sedative to help him sleep. Poor thing was in quite a state of shock.
Yeah, no, but where is he?
Thank you, Nurse Crane.
Not
You always
helpful.
knew the words to calm the children, Ellen. As for legs, what a blundering idiot.
Unfinished letter. Okay. Not exactly helpful. I need to go somehow. You're not being right down there, too, aren't you? You're in the hospital. I'm stuck. I don't know what to do. Just analyze the blood, but where? This was not helping at all.
Fear and disgust on every
I've
street
wasted
corner.
too much energy for so little.
Daily routine.
Who are you?
Good evening, Mr. Hampton. How do you feel?
Dr. Reed, is it? Oh, sir, I must apologize for my behavior.
What do you mean?
I was not myself in the factory. Fear and exhaustion made me say awful things to you, I'm afraid.
You remained perfectly nice and polite. A little delirious, perhaps. But who wouldn't be after enduring an abduction?
Thank you, Doctor. That's a relief. Now all I need to do is rest and return to my flock.
How did you end up in William Bishop's den?
I had received alarming news about his recent behavior. I went to his place and he refused to let me go.
Why did he abduct you?
William was an alcoholic. His addiction
Alcoholic.
suddenly changed to blood. I don't know why. Just like a patient I met here. This Miss Hawcroft.
Hallcraft.
You dared to enter this awful place alone. You're a hero, Mr. Hampton. Or a fool.
I'm just a man trying to help his friends, Dr. Reed. William Bishop was a conflicted soul, searching for light.
Okay.
Do you know Tom Watts? The bartender from the Turtle. I met him before I found you in the canning factory.
Tom? Yes, of course. Always the helping hand, good old Tom. Without men like him, corruption and despair would have wiped out the East End long ago.
Well, okay.
Who should I avoid in this part of town, then? Any particularly evil figures?
Not really. Most men and women are just doing their best. And it's not my habit to speak ill of people I know, Doctor.
People are still in despair.
How could it be otherwise? The authorities have left us all to rot in this contagious nightmare.
Well, that's true.
No drugs, no advice, nothing. It's a damn shame.
Well,
What is the general situation in the East End docks?
The situation has always been tough, with a lot of tensions between the gangs and the Dockers Trade Union. The Wet Boot Boys are very nervous since they lost their leader.
Who leads the gang now?
Since Clay Cox went missing, it's his wife Edwina who runs the show, with the assistance of her minion, Dooth Digby.
Has the gang been threatening you?
Ah, no. I've had this nickname for so long, you know, the sad saint of the East End. No one dares to bug a saint, not even criminals.
have I got any personal questions?
How do you feel, Mr. Hampton? Medically speaking, I mean.
I feel exhausted. Beyond exhaustion, actually. William drank so much of my blood in his madness. I feel empty.
You're in good hands here. Dr. Swansea is well versed in blood transfusion, and I'm sure he'll take the best care of you.
Thank you, sir. I believe all I need is rest. And then I can go back to the people who need me.
Have you made friends since you arrived?
Not really, but I recognize Miss Harriet Jones. I knew her when she lived by the docks. That poor woman had such a miserable life.
You never came to see her here at Pembroke? Receiving visits when sick can be an important part of the healing process, you know. We're not just bodies.
You're preaching to the converted now, Doctor. To be truly honest, I thought she was dead. She left the docks many months ago.
Okay then.
Goodbye, Mr. Hampton. We'll talk again later.
The hospital. I am there and I need to get safe. Okay. Erase marker for now. I need to get... Fine, at the work, so I need to go to my office. Why didn't they just tell me I need to go to my office in the first place? Ugh, would have been so much better. What's this? Nurse
I wonder
of the
what your
Needle.
last thoughts would be, sir.
Fear and disgust on every street corner.
Okay then. I didn't want to go that way. Well, dark. I just wanted to get to my office. Can I go in there? No? But I can go all the way down here. Which is good. There's where can I analyze blood?
The flower's dying. It needs water.
Okay. Seriously, that's all I had to do. Okay. That's handy. Where's the gun gone? I've not got anything for the gun just yet, have I?
William Bishop's blood is much more unstable than human blood and shows extensive mutation. But this is not what happened to me. I must keep on searching. The sun is about to rise. I can feel it. I'll continue tomorrow night.
Yeah.
I have so much time now. If I'm to stay here until my research is complete, I'd better learn to hide my true nature from the mortals. But what about my thirst for blood?
Mission update. Answer the door. Seriously, that's what I'm gonna do? What is it you need?
Yes, Nurse Crane? How can I help you?
I'm so sorry. I know Dr. Swansea wanted you to rest, but we have somewhat of a crisis.
A crisis, you say?
Okay then.
Our supply of antiseptics is nearly depleted. I was hoping there was another box up here, but...
Sorry. There's nothing here.
Some of the patients won't last the night without them. Honestly, sir, I'm beside myself.
I may have a solution. In France, during the war, drugs shortage was a daily problem, and we had to use our wits to overcome the shortages.
However do you mean?
If combined correctly, certain household chemical products can be used in a pinch instead. Now, where's the hospital storeroom?
The storeroom? Fat chance. This is the Pembroke, and space is luxury we don't have. Everything used to be stored in the old morgue.
Perhaps I should look there first. Where is this morgue?
It's the large building behind the hospital. You'll need to go in the back door because it's been sealed off for sanitary reasons. Take this key. It opens a small back entrance at the end of a narrow street.
The abandoned morgue behind the hospital. A small door at the end of a narrow street. On my way then. Thank you, nurse.
So I need to go... This will be fun. Downstairs. And out the hospital. Is there a back way out? Oh, she said there was. Back to the hospital. And down a little street. Well.
Scowl voices in the garden. I should investigate. If they were to find somebody.
Where are you? I can hear you. Really need them. Residence. me a long stick. Okay. Is that all I can get at the moment? Just make a couple of trips. Sorry. Midnight in the garden, good and evil. I need to get out of this path. Unless it home or bring back the wallet, don't know. Oh, buggerations. That's gonna be fun, and I'm sorry for my loud side, but yeah. Don't you just love drama? Especially when you have to kill people to get the drama, to get added missions or side quests. But I guess it gives me points and stuff, so I'm not complaining at the end of the day. It's just give me what, 200? All I gotta do, find ingredients. This should be fun. Nothing this side, nothing this side. Bought a small vial there. Glass vials, I need to find the stuff. Patient. There's nothing in here, is there?
It's locked.
Find a key to the morgue basement. So not helpful. No. There's going to be a rogue here.
Balls of Mars, Fortifiers. As popular as they are ineffective. But they do contain iron tartrate, and that might prove itself useful.
That's one thing I found. Now I've got to get past the road. This is going to be fun.
Behavior is similar to the infected William Bishop. Must be the same strain. This sickness moves faster than influenza.
Who are you? I don't know. Coin. Thank you so much. So much blood around here. Crazy. Another body. Should give me a bullet, someone. Have I found a key? I haven't found a key. Can't get out that room.
I cannot enter.
Oh. Find the useful ingredients for the old rice. Here? Bottle of alcohol. Not helpful, but
This key will surely grant me access to the basement.
right. Basement I go now. Sample. Who the hell are you? Oh, the basement's been unput. Who the hell's that other vampire then? I see you.
These scowls feed from corpses and the husks of animals. They're not after blood.
Come on. Get away from me. Stop him. No! Oh my god, no! Oh my god! That is not fair! You've been defeated! Damn! Mysterious vampire shows up. But then 2 corpses come back to life. Yippee! Oh, this will be fun. A hospital, the morgue. Okay then. There's a corpse there. I don't really.
It's locked, all right. Skulls
Oh
can
my
be
God.
so ferocious. I'm not sure I can defeat them without becoming stronger.
Ew.
To drink blood is so tempting.
Jesus Christ. Oh. Christ, this scared me. I thought I was going to die all over again. Right, how do I get blood again? I'll go out that way. What have I got? Analyze. Thank God for that. Cure for cold. Please circle Smith for that. Oh no. Mistake. Oh, come through you. Good. You. I need to oh, buggeration. There has to be one, doesn't there? I really don't want to get him, but I'm gonna have to. Please say that just saved. Oh my God. Oh, Jesus. I don't know what was worse. The fact that if I don't bring out my weapons, the ghouls won't attack me. For that one that was there. Alright, where do I go now? This way. What's going on here? Have I unlocked a new area? I have no idea. Let's just through the door. Go through this back door to the hospital. What is it? Bring back the proponent to the owner.
My sweet girl. Reads me like a book. I never could keep anything from her.
Good evening, Mr. Fiddick.
Good evening, Dr. Reed. Any news about my operation?
Is there anything else that's bothering you? Can I help in any way?
I'm all right. Considering the state of this place, I should consider myself lucky, I guess.
Fair enough. You're healthy.
Goodbye for now, Mr. Fiddick. I'll see you later.
You always knew the words to calm the children, Ellen. As for me...
Why have I got a feeling that the nurse is going to be upstairs?
Good evening, Doctor. I believe we're going to be working together.
Dr. Reed. Dr. Swansea informed us of your arrival, but I could not dare to believe we'd have such good fortune.
And you are?
I am Thoreau Strickland, Dr. Thoreau Strickland. I'm a great admirer of your work, Dr. Reed.
Oh, okay then.
Do you need my medical attention, dear colleague?
You don't have to worry about me, Dr. Reed. I am here to assist you, not to be a burden.
Okay.
What do you think of Dr. Ackroyd's aversion to modern medical methods?
It's a shame he's so narrow-minded. Dr. Swansea taught me that science is about exploring uncharted territory. I'm convinced that's true.
With the influenza and all that's going on, you should put your differences aside, don't you think? Why is it so difficult to work together?
I believe that if Dr. Ackroyd had been the one to discover the transfusion process, he would be the first to recommend its use.
So you believe it's just a question of jealousy and pride?
Dr. Ackroyd is as proud as he is blinded by his obsolete concept of medical science.
Well, okay then.
What can you tell me about the Pembroke?
Well, it has always been an honor to work with Dr. Swansea. But with your arrival, I can't think of a better opportunity to learn about blood transfusion.
Fair enough then.
You seem quite optimistic. It's a rare and precious attitude in these difficult times.
I'm convinced that this epidemic is a test of endurance and dedication for us men of science.
Questions remain about our capacity to resolve the situation.
True, true. Last summer, during the first wave of the epidemic, I used to joke with Milton about the extra work. We're not smiling now.
Why would you need to smile?
Do you need help with anything in particular?
Well, yes, maybe. I'm waiting for a batch of products I ordered for my personal research, yet my supplier seems to have vanished.
Do you want me to play the errand boy for you?
Oh no, Dr. Reed. But if you went personally to his shop, what with your reputation and all, he wouldn't dare to refuse the products I need.
I see. Well, give me the address, for I may pass by if I have time.
Location, new citizen. Okay. You, I don't know much about, but you? Okay.
Goodbye, Dr. Strickland.
Okay then. I need to look for this patient. I'm guessing she's upstairs. It's the only other place I can think she could be. I don't know, nurse.
Good evening, miss. I'm Dr. Reed, the new surgeon at the Pembroke Hospital. And who are you?
Your name has no meaning to me, mortal. You're nothing but dust blown by the winds of eternity.
I beg your pardon?
What are you begging for, mortal? My clemency? Well, tonight maybe I'm inclined to mercy. You'll never forget the night you met Thelma Howcroft.
You keep calling me mortal. Why is that? And if I'm mortal, what are you?
Well, Dr. Reed, if you must know, I'm a vampire.
Well, okay then.
And why do you believe you're a vampire?
I don't need to believe anything. It is what I am. It is what I feel within this hollow shell of flesh.
Please, describe to me how you feel. What is it like to be a vampire?
I can hear my body crumble from the inside as my flesh cracks and fades. I sense the last pulse of postulant blood within my drying veins. I need new blood.
I see. Have you ever heard of Cotard's syndrome, Miss Howcroft?
Never.
It's a mental illness discovered by a French neurologist named Jules Cotard. The affected patients are delusional. They believe that they are putrefying, that they are dead, a ghost or a ghoul, or in your case, a vampire.
Delusional, you say? Oh, sad and petty mortal. You can't even begin to understand the concept of immortality. And you think it is I who am delusional.
I'm assuming you must be a patient here. Am I right, Miss Howcroft?
It's only a cover. To hide from my enemies. I can leave whenever I want. As a woman, a spirit, fog, or bat.
Who are these enemies you mentioned? Can you describe them?
I cannot say for sure. But I sense their eyes on me from nearby. I feel them watching me every time I visit the garden near the morgue.
The staff here are not your enemy. They're here to help you, to care for you.
I'm not speaking of the doctors in white. I'm speaking of the men and women who hunt me. For I am a vampire.
I see. Don't worry. These people will not find you here. I'll personally make sure they leave you alone.
Thank you, mortal. But do not interfere with them, for you are no match for those that hunt me.
Okay.
Do you require my services, Miss Howcroft?
I have no need for your medicine, Dr. Reed. Blood is the only drug I need.
Blood.
Who are you really, Miss Howcroft? I mean, apart from being a vampire.
Is that not enough for you, puny mortal? What do you require? Proof of my powers?
I'm curious to know who you were before becoming a vampire.
It was such a long time ago, I don't remember. Centuries of unholy life can have strange effects on one's minds, you see?
I'll leave you, Mistress of the Dark, to your nocturnal activities.
She's just a fruitcake from the loop. Why have I got a feeling she's not in here? But I do need rest, so... rest, heal myself, and then I can figure something out. do I got? Shadow Mist? Oh, Blood Spear. That would be easier. So much easier. Oh, yes, unlocked. Science. 300 bad medical bags. Okay. I'll get some more medical bags on the next one. Right. First off, I need to find a lovely the nurse. Wherever she is, maybe.
It's locked, all right.
You're locked. You're not. Lovely, lovely nurse. Gotta be this way somewhere, at least.
Daily routine.
No one. Let's just zoom in. I'm there. I'm right next to someone. I am literally so close to someone. I don't know where they are. The only thing I can think of is someone in this room. Further down the hallway. This way? No, wrong direction. This way. Kind of. This way. Wrong direction. I've got a feeling they're going to be a bit
Daily
hard.
routine.
Yeah. Fine.
Good evening, sir. Can I help you?
Unless you're here to fix my face. No. I don't think you can help me.
I'm Dr. Reed. I've recently taken the position of head surgeon here. War injuries, am I right?
You guessed right, Doctor. German shell took my pretty little mug right off. But they still call me Thomas Elwood.
Soldier, do you need assistance?
I'm fine. Just do something for this pain, will you? That's all I'm asking.
You're healthy.
Why do you feel responsible for the injury, Thomas? What really happened?
I wasn't disfigured by any German shells. It happened during my leave. It was an accident.
Tell me what really happened then.
I went with a whore in Rouen.
Wow, the language
Dead
there.
drunk I was. The hotel was a shithole. There was a fire that night.
Did you start the fire?
Okay.
Were you trying to avoid going back to the front? That's not uncommon, you know.
No. It's just that I was asleep when the flames reached the room.
Ouch.
The girl was long gone. Bitch never woke me up. Left me to burn.
Why lie about it?
Come on. It's one thing to come back disfigured by the Germans, and it's another to get injured in an accident that could have happened to anybody.
Reconstructive surgery has been very successful for some soldiers.
I don't want to wear a bloody mask for the rest of my life.
Why lie about it?
Come on. It's one thing to come back disfigured by the Germans, and and it's another to get injured in an accident that could have happened to anybody.
Reconstructive surgery has been very successful for some soldiers.
I don't want to wear a bloody mask for the rest of my life. I'd rather stay here and just be forgotten.
Okay.
Where were you stationed, sir? Did you serve for long?
I really don't want to talk about all this shit.
No offense. I was pushing too much. I served in France myself. I just wanted to know what happened to you.
You were an officer, weren't you? Then I doubt we fought the same war, sir. No offense.
How close are you to Miss Horcroft? Are you aware that she thinks she is a vampire?
To wait for her next nibble is the best reason to stay here. Every time she approaches my bed, she treats me like something tasty. A normal person.
Aren't you afraid? She may hurt you if the game goes too far.
She's quite harmless, I can assure you. Her head's broken inside is all. While I'm busted on the outside. But she's still beautiful. Living proof that there's hope for me.
So do you let her bite you? You know that's not sanitary.
And why not? She's only supping a few drops of me blood. And the pain, it's real for once.
She could decide to bite less willing patients.
Then it's another good reason for me to stay here, Doctor.
Goodbye for now, Mr. Elwood.
Disgust on every street corner. The daily routine.
So many deaths.
Hello again, Dr. Reed. I feel better already. Can I go soon?
Goodbye, Mr. Hampton. We'll talk again later. I cannot enter.
It's gotta be.
Good evening, nurse.
Good evening, Doctor. I don't think we've been introduced yet. My name is Pippa Hawkins.
And I'm Dr. Jonathan Reed. Dr. Swansea has recently offered me a position in this hospital.
Well, it's a euphemism that your help will be appreciated, Doctor.
How would you describe the situation at the Pembroke Hospital?
It's serious. The flu is wreaking havoc amongst the staff and patients. We are running out of everything.
Nurse Hawkins, the Spanish flu won't last forever. Even the Black Plague didn't kill everyone.
I wish I could believe you. But what if this epidemic was worse? What if in the end, nobody was spared?
You must get a hold of yourself, nurse.
Sorry, I'm exhausted. No one has any idea when this epidemic will be over.
How long have you been a nurse?
Well, long enough to see that the epidemic is winning. And no matter how qualified you are, don't tell me you'll change that.
You're right. When dealing with such a terrible disease, one must remain humble. But that doesn't mean we shouldn't try our best.
Sorry, Doctor. I don't want to sound bitter, but I'm just too tired to give a pep talk like Nurse Brannigan.
How is the Pembroke staff coping with the epidemic?
Well, not well. Milton, the ambulance driver, is even more grumpy than usual, especially concerning doctors.
Why does Milton dislike doctors?
I don't know. Just ask him. But be warned, Milton is not the chatty type.
Goodbye, Nurse Hawkins.
Where the hell do I I find you? You're right behind me, but I can't find you. Midnight Guard. Oh, you're gonna be in the freaking garden, aren't you? You know what? I'll go to the nurse first. This way? Yeah, she's down here. Yeah. She's not here. No, she's inside. Surely I haven't.
You always knew the words to calm the children, Ellen. As for me, what a
Yes, Doctor?
That's all for now, Nurse Crane, thank you.
reads me like a book. I never could keep anything from her.
I've got this here. And you are what? Why are you playing her up? Okay. Why have I got a feeling you're going to be outside somewhere? Screws. UV screws. Okay.
Good evening, sir. I'm Dr. Jonathan Reed. I'm new here.
I've already heard about you, Dr. Reed. I'm Milton Hooks, the ambulance driver for this shithole of a hospital.
That's quite a blunt introduction, Mr. Hooks.
You can call me Milton. I like to speak my mind, Dr. Reed. Perk of the job. Don't judge me, and I won't judge you.
I'm not sure I understand what you're talking about.
Well, I'm no doctor, but I'm pretty sure a gun can't be used as a surgical instrument.
You have a keen eye. I learned to shoot during the war, and have carried one ever since. Old habits die hard.
No need to explain, Dr. Reed. And if you ever need a better gun, remember, I may have something for you.
Oh? Ah, it's your wallet.
I have some good news, Milton.
What? The epidemic's over?
I retrieved your wallet, with all the money, and a certain picture.
Well, yeah, Pippa Hawkins is my girl. So what? Is it the difference of skin colour that bothers you?
Not at all, Milton.
Good. Please, take this money anyway. To remind you to keep your mouth shut. Not everybody is as broad-minded as you, Dr. Reed.
I'd like to see your goods.
Wise choice, Dr. Reed. A reliable gun is what everybody needs these days.
Let's have a look. What have you got? Shotgun shells. Got
safer here than anywhere else in the East
Oh,
End.
craft a treatment.
We are horrific liars.
I need to go upstairs and work on fatigue. Okay, that'll be fine. Craft stuff for fatigue. This will be fun. My crafting table is... Where have you gone? You. Fatigue. Ha ha. Nothing else, can I? Now, bring the medicine to Dr. Crane in the patient's room. Which patient now? This is gonna be fun. There's too many patients. I am so sorry for my little do-do-do-do-doos.
The life running in your veins.
Please spare me, darling. Spare your obedient slave. I need my medicine.
I'm guessing you're this way.
This hospital seems to be falling apart. But in the circumstances...
Finally, you've returned, Doctor. Did you find anything of value?
Yes, nurse.
You've worked your first miracle, Doctor. Now, this patient here needs immediate treatment.
Duty calls. When the storm has passed, I'll show you how to mix the remedy yourself with the same basic ingredients.
Many thanks, Doctor. When you've finished, you ought to report to Dr. Swansea in his office. He's been looking for you. Seemed pressing.
Always knew the words to calm the children, Helen. As for me...
Chapter 2 complete.
This hospital...
I'm not going to go into
But in the circumstances, I'm willing to give you the benefit of the doubt.
Blood temperature. Ask him.
Please, Jonathan, come in. Fascinating, is it not? In the last decade, so many mysteries have been brought to light with our microscopes. The human body, biology's penultimate frontier. The more we explore its boundaries, the less we're able to trace a clear line between life and death. You, my friend, have a foot in both countries. The view must be vertiginous.
It's at least as vertiginous as chatting about vampires with you, I would say.
This must be all so new to you. This area of town, the hospital, a brand new life. How stimulating it must be.
I wish I could share your enthusiasm, Dr. Swansea, but my condition defies scientific categorization. Undead? Unalive? Immortality defies logic.
I cannot express my thrill at this serendipitous turn of events. The world's most eminent specialist in blood transfusions, a vampire. One might say a gift from heaven.
From heaven, like hell.
I'm a dead man. I was murdered. Now I'm a murderer. Tell me how this is a gift.
Forgive me. I've been an admirer of your work for a long time, and now you are so much more than a brilliant physician. And please, call me Edgar.
Edgar, okay.
There is no need to apologize, Edgar. You offered me sanctuary when I had none.
Very well. I have a task for you, Jonathan. Something that will require all your newfound skills.
Please, go on.
The Pembroke only survives through the generosity of our benefactors. Unfortunately, our main donor has found herself in a bit of a bind. Now, if you could help her out...
A spokesman or politician is what you need. That's not my calling. And until I come to understand what has happened to me, I require discretion.
Discretion is in order, Jonathan. Lady Ashbury has recently received rather indelicate correspondence that, if revealed, would jeopardize her position.
And you would like me to eradicate this threat?
By the stole, of course not. I would just like you to pay her a visit. Her ladyship is certainly near the tents outside, tending the sick. You can't miss her. Look for someone impossibly delicate.
Accepted. I'll see what kind of trouble Lady Ashbury is in.
Go find a delicate person outside. Well, this will be fun. Let's go outside and find a delicate-looking lady tending to the sick. You're right over there. That was easy enough. There you are.
The flu took my dear wife, Emily. I take comfort knowing we'll soon be together again.
Mr. Rainfield, that's no way to talk. You're in good hands here, and we'll be up again.
I'm so sorry, Mr.
Good evening, Dr. Reed. It's a pleasure to see you again. You seem surprised. Dr. Swansea has brought me up to speed concerning your recent appointment to Pembroke Hospital.
You're a the lady who saved me that night, before vanishing into thin air. I remember you from the pub with Dr. Swansea.
Indeed. Allow me to introduce myself formally this time.
Please
My
do.
name is Lady Ashbury. I remember you well, in spite of the brevity of our encounter.
It seems I'm the butt of a joke, or pigeon of a con. Dr. Swansea might have told me who I was going to meet.
I know you're a man of action, Doctor, but take a moment to contemplate the terrain. In this war, discretion is both weapon and shield.
I hope you're more disposed to answer my questions now.
You must have countless questions, but our rather urgent matter first. Swansea has explained. My cover, if you prefer, has been compromised.
Just a little bit.
Have any of the patients given you trouble?
These poor souls have so little left to live for. I do my best to ease their pain.
The world would be a better place if it were cared for by women like you.
You make me blush. I am simply a necessary evil.
Pardon my boldness, your ladyship, but I have questions concerning this condition we share.
As a newborn, your hunger for answers is rivaled only by your thirst for blood. But the questions need wait.
I'm a scientist. My trade is in the deciphering of mysteries, and I need information to feed my mind.
I will gladly answer every question you have, but first, prove yourself capable of resolving my predicament without eating the culprit.
Okay.
Dr. Swansea has commissioned me to be your agent in this matter. You could start by explaining what's amiss.
These past insufferable weeks, I've been the victim of extortion. I've made a first payment, but the blackmailer grows greedy. I must refuse his most recent demands.
Which is...
Who would be so foolish as to threaten you? A kindred spirit.
Even if it were the case, and I highly doubt it, a vampire would have asked for something more valuable than money. My suspicions lean toward a patient, or their family.
Please continue. Every detail is essential. I'm your man.
My embarrassment in this matter is eclipsed only by my shame at having put the hospital at risk. The threat from our anonymous scoundrel is clear. A list of dates. My visits coinciding with the dates of suspicious patient deaths due to massive blood loss.
Is it true?
Now aren't you the blunt one?
Excuse my impertinence, your ladyship. This is not an interrogation. I assure you that this line of questioning is in your best interest.
In all honesty, I'm not simply a patron to the hospital. My visits serve a dual purpose. Dr. Swansea has been treating my condition with a revolutionary technique of blood transfusion. It seems you are a specialist in the domain.
I'll take care of it. Do you know where I should start?
If that was the case, I'd settle the matter myself. You could talk to our local gossip, Harriet Jones. Not a pin drops here without her hearing about it.
I'll meet that woman now.
My life, as others know, is in your hands, Dr. Reed. I'm sure of your discretion, but I do fear your powers of persuasion will be put to the test. When this is resolved, I'll be your obligé. I'll answer all questions in regards of your condition.
Okay. Talk to Harriet in... She's in the hospital. I like how this called it in brackets.
What is this? Who are you? Get out of my room.
There's no need for alarm, madam. I'm Dr. Reed, the new surgeon.
Preposterous. Dr. Reed, you say? I don't want some bumbling intern. Where's Dr. Swansea?
Please, calm down, madam. I assure you that I am highly qualified. I'm just back from war duty.
How brave. Threatening an old defenseless woman. You know how long I've been a patient here? You've picked the wrong fight. I'm Harriet Jones.
Harriet Jones? Indeed. I've been meaning to have a chat with you. You know what goes on here better than any other patient, I gather.
Oh, better than any patient, nurse or doctor. I've seen so many vile undertakings.
I heard there have been some despicable goings-on. Was there a case of blackmail?
Blackmail? Wait. You're investigating something. This isn't a social call. One of those incompetent cunts slit a poor sod's vein.
If I didn't know better, Miss Jones, I'd be inclined to say you enjoy this type of idle gossip.
God's honest truth, Doctor. It's just the way it is here. Most of these bitches would let you freeze to death before getting you a blanket.
You seem to know more about the goings-on here than anyone else. Beware, Miss Jones.
Blame the old and infirm. I see those little bitches' greedy little eyes. Just waiting for me to pop off, they are.
I assure you, madam, this is not an investigation into a possible medical error.
Debauchery, then? Nurses Crane, Hawkins, Brannigans, whores, all of them. They can't keep their legs shut. Sick of scratching slutty sores.
Really? Well, if you have irrefutable proof, I'll not have the staff behaving in such a manner here.
This is your business, Doctor, not mine. But I swear one of the nurses is cavorting with some man on hospital hours.
Thank you for your time, Miss Jones. You've given me something to go on. See you on the next round.
Find the nurses and speak to them. Lovely, lovely nurses.
The patients and staff might know something. I'll start my investigation with them.
Garlic and wooden plates.
I wonder why the Goswicks came here in the first place.
One of the nurses I'm right on top of. Someone.
Good evening, Nurse Hawkins.
Good evening, Dr. Reed.
What can you tell me about the strange man visiting one of the nurses during her shift?
Let me guess. You spoke with that old shrew, Harriet Jones. Do not pay attention to her, Doctor. She's full of fanciful tales.
No matter how you feel about her, Miss Jones deserves our help.
Who says I don't care for her? Hate is what keeps that old crone alive.
She could have been telling the truth about the mysterious man.
That old witch will end up in hell soon enough. Who cares if a nurse finds some happiness where she can?
Okay then.
Goodbye, Nurse Hawkins.
Another one is...
The pain. It's here again.
So many deaths. And what of...
You're
my
in
own life.
You're out here. Yeah, you are. Okay then. Find the nest. Surely I'm right on top of it. There you are.
Good evening, Nurse Brannigan.
Good evening, Doctor.
Have you seen a strange man visiting any of the nurses here?
I've never heard of such a thing, Doctor.
Do you know if any of the hospital staff have criminal backgrounds?
The people who work here all come from very different backgrounds, Doctor. Just like the patients.
Fair enough.
Goodbye, nurse. Call me if you need assistance.
Not you. So where is this last nest now? Right down this. Why are you right down here? Surely you can't be right down here. Yeah, you are. What are you? Stay at home pandemic. Surely you can't be here. Have I gone past you? jump. Right, let's have a look. What are we doing? It's really interesting.
You're sure you don't come back with me?
Nah, I have to see someone at the hospital.
Be careful. You look so bad they may keep you as a patient.
Fuck 'em. I don't like hospitals. Or doctors.
Well then, when you go back to Whitechapel, you may find this useful.
What is it?
A pass for a free medical exam by the best nurse available. Just read it.
I don't read well, but thank you, I guess.
Well, well, well. Miss Crane. Naughty, naughty.
So many times. Oswald,
Who are you?
you can't just die like this.
Stupid. What we got? A couple minutes. Okie dokie. That's fine. Hopefully this might be the last little mission for today. As we are coming up to the 2-hour mark. And, well, plus I don't know how long you guys want to listen to my voice for. So I might do you guys a really good favour and head off soon. But, you know, if you want to say something to me, you can always pop in into my lives. Come say hi to me. Come tell me what games you want me to play. If there's any that you think I might like. I don't mind playing anything at all. Long as it's for a good laugh, of course. Having a good laugh is all we need at times.
I can't breathe. I can't breathe.
Can't breathe. Oh look. Lovely big blood trail. Gotta find a shiny.
This man has been savagely attacked and dragged to the floor.
Of course there is going to be a rogue. Gotta go that way.
Can't breathe. I can't breathe.
Yeah, I might as well do Lovely, lovely coin. And more shinies. Thank you so much.
don't want to die here. I want to see the sky, feel the fresh air.
You're not gonna die. Keep your knickers in a twist. Knickers in a twist? Don't get your knickers in a twist. That last one. Why is it always the last? Oh, I've got to get past this point before I log off. Just gotta get past here. Once I've got past here, maybe I can actually sort myself out then. As you know, well, I have got a real life to get back to as well as streaming. As much as I love to stream and play games, I've got to get back to the boring adult stuff. Back to here again, and I've got to go.
He's locked the door behind him. I need to find another way to follow him.
This way again. Down the stairs to the Rectory Bridge, through the doors. See what I was doing. That is not fair. I've got to get past this one point, but I can't see what I'm doing. Oh, that is a nightmare. I've got to try and stun him again by sneaking up behind him. Time to charm. Let's do this.
I want to see the sky. Feel the fresh air.
You're not gonna die if I get my hands on you. Well, maybe. It depends if you lost enough blood. Can't go that way. Anything here I can use? Yes, I know there's a road there. No shinies, no shinies, no. There is a lot of blood.
I don't want to die here. I want to see the sky, feel the fresh air.
This is despicable.
Wait. I can fight rat. Oh my god, that is so much better. I can get blood from rats. Disgusting as that is. Oh my god, what are
sort
you?
of creature is this?
You're like a werewolf, oh my god. No! You're like a werewolf! Oh, you know what? I think I'm going to leave it there for today. As I have to go back and do something adulty now. Hopefully. Maybe. Yep, I have to go and be an adult now. So, guys, thank you for coming to my live today and seeing me die multiple times. But at least I have not swore, I think. So So if any one of you has heard me swear in this today, please comment and let me know. I want to see how many times I have actually sworn in this. So today I'm going to leave it here on this lovely point before I actually decide I am going to fight this werewolf. So thank you for coming to see me, and I bid you good night.